You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark of the Maker. This is episode 112 of the show, and this will be our first episode of season 7, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's make sure we have everybody here. We have Mr. Sean Kendrick.
Hey, hey, and Happy New Year.
There you go. We have Mr. Michael Birch.
I am here.
And back from a little adventure he went on, we have Mr. Tom Crine.
Hey, guys.
All right. Well, let's take care of business. Tom, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to George at American Metal Exchange, amxinc.com. We had talked about the crystallized 6Al4V titanium, and I was watching the site and it came up, so I got some ordered and it shipped for free like everything else, and it was well packaged, and George did a great job. So highly recommend him. He's your source for titanium of all sorts, zirconium, damasteel, and random robot parts.
Yes, random robot parts.
And the stuff comes crazy. Fast.
You know, I just Googled, where do I get random robot parts the other day?
amxinc.com.
There you go. I should have just stopped with George.
Yep. On this recent adventure, on the way home, I'll go into more detail, but we stopped at Les George's shop, and
oh yeah,
he had some robot parts there.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, pretty cool. He got them from George.
It's his kind of robot.
The parts, yeah.
All right, we'll get into that in a minute. Sean, you got something?
Yeah, I wanted to give a big shout out to our friends at Giant Mouse Knives, and also Eat a Little Crow, because the last time I did the ad read for them, I mentioned a model called the Aros, and it turns out that that was one that Jens was working on solo and not part of the Giant Mouse lineup. So mea culpa on that. But with that said, yeah, well, I suck. You fucking knew that coming in, so what are you going to do? But with that said, guys, head over to the Giant Mouse website and check out their offerings. It's full line, everything from kitchen cutlery to pocket cutlery, and it's all good stuff. Just super high quality, and really for the price, you can't beat it. It is just some total bang for the buck. And to carry on my unprofessional streak, I can't remember the website. Is it giantmouseknives.com?
It's just giantmouse.com. Now, their Instagram is at giantmouseknives.
All right. Thanks for taking up my slack.
No problem. No problem. We're used to it.
Yeah. After what, 7 seasons? If you ain't used to it by now, it ain't going to fucking happen, right?
Yeah. We knew it. We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah, one would hope. I mean, I like to think I advertise what you see is what you get.
There you go.
And with Giant Mouse Knives, what you see and are...
Oop, did we lose Sean?
I think his ineptness just booted him.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. All right, Michael, you want to take it from here?
I think I will. And we want to thank the Patreon. That's where you can go, give a few bucks to help pay for shipping some of these mics back and forth that we do to guests. Keeps kind of the lights on, the podcasting lights on. And if you want to help out, you can go to patreon.com and you can just type in Mark of the Maker and we'll pop right up. And we really appreciate you guys that have put money towards this. It helps a ton for, something we take time out to do.
Yeah, for sure. The way this one started out, I was thinking we were going to have a little equipment budget problem.
Yeah.
We have to dip into the funds.
Just did that not long ago for a new one for you.
Yep, definitely. All right. So we also need to say thank you to our friends Bob and Suze Terzola. And there are 2 video things they're doing. We've talked about it a little bit before. I think one is called A Sharp Life. And what's the other one called, Tom? Shop Talk? Does that sound right?
I think so.
I think so as well. So
They're not, I don't think either one is out yet, is it?
no, they've been working on it. I know I think they got the filming piece of the stuff wrapped up. And I know we mentioned this before, they were having payment setup issues because they're a
Right.
evil weapon of destruction thing, or got flagged for that. And I actually just saw a post from Suze earlier today saying that they're rebranding to Terzola Design to try to be more friendly for that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But anyway, go to terzola.net and you can find at least the beginnings of info there for these series that Bob and Suze are putting out. This is Bob basically walking you through more or less his book about making knives. And then there's kind of an ongoing thing that you can be part of that where you actually have some Zoom call kind of stuff with Bob and can ask for help or questions or insights, or trust us, if you ask him to tell you a story, he will gladly oblige.
That's crazy cool access. And it's a great idea.
For sure. So thanks, Bob and Suze, for your support, and go check out the video series. It sounds super, super cool.
Yeah.
This one, Season 7 Kickoff. We've done, 6 of these before. And I think most of them have been fairly similar. We kind of look back over the year, talk about some things that happened, maybe good things, some not so great things, some stuff about shows and new things we came across, and then get a little bit into 2024 and what we're looking forward to and that sort of thing. So kind of a free form deal, right?
Yeah, pretty free and loose.
Free and loose. So let's get rolling. What about shows? That's always something we talk about a lot, is knife shows. And I know you guys did some shows. Tom probably did by far the most, right? But
No, I don't think so. I think Michael did.
really,
I don't know.
Yeah.
well, let's talk
That would be
about
my
it.
guess. I did 4 shows for the year.
Okay, that's not a lot for Tom.
No. I did Blade, Texas, Blade, Atlanta, USN, and Kentucky. That's it.
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
Yeah. Blade, Texas is just around the corner again, and we're going to that for 2024. I would really recommend this show. The venue is really cool. Downtown Fort Worth is actually really nice. A lot of restaurants right around there, hotels. You can quick Uber to the stockyards, and that's fun, neat place. The show, so this will be, let's see, the 4th year I've gone, and it's the 4th year that Blade has had it. And the first year they had it down at the stockyards, and it was good, but the venue sucked at the stockyards. They moved it to the exhibition center, and it got bigger. It was all in one room, and that first year rocked. Second year rocked, and I'm looking forward to this year. It has grown. It's going to grow again, but they're still going to keep it. I think this year it's going to grow by half, and I think that's where they're going to kind of try to cap it out.
okay.
So there's a list to get into it that's quite a large list, and they're still capping it. And it has a feel and excitement like early Blade shows, like in the 1990s. You know, when the Blade show was at the top of the stairs at the Waverly, you know, and it was just not the monster that it is now. Blade Show Atlanta is awesome, but it's its own craziness and monster, you know, overwhelming show. Blade Texas is a lot of fun. It's a great show. It's a slower paced show. You get a lot more time, FaceTime with your customers. And yeah, I just recommend it. It's a fun show.
I know you're a fan. Is it really 3 or 4 years ago that the thing was at the stockyards?
Yeah, it's 3 years ago.
whiz.
So I went then, have gone to 2 in the other, and then this is going to be my 4th time I've been down there.
Crazy.
time goes by
It
fast.
sure does. It doesn't seem like that long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
I highly recommend it. It's easy to get to. You can fly into Dallas, Fort Worth.
Favorite show of the 4 you did?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Blade,
I've been-
Texas.
Yeah, I think it by far is my favorite show of the year. Kentucky would be a close second. I like Kentucky just because it's a 4-hour high intensity show and it's done.
Right.
But Blade Show Texas is by far my favorite show of the year.
Where did you say goodbye to Ben? Did you give him the look like, oh, this is me still here in the shop? When
No,
you're heading
Ben
out?
was working. Yeah, he was like, I got to get a blade glued up. I'm like, as long as we turn the compressor off and the shop's quiet, it's all good. So he just gave me the wave, but he got it done. So
Nice.
he's like, if I get it glued up today, I can finish it tomorrow. So.
Yeah. What about you, Michael? How many did you do this past year?
I think I only did 3.
Yeah.
Really?
It wasn't, I did Noki, the New Orleans show.
Yeah.
That was the first one of that. I went to Blade, but I didn't do anything.
Right.
Pacific Northwest, and then Friday Night Blade Affair, and I think that was it.
Didn't you do an art show?
Not last year.
Yeah. Oh, that was
I
the
thought you
AIM
did
show
something in
a few years
Tennessee,
ago. It was a couple years ago. I think.
Nashville.
What's that?
I thought you did something in Nashville, but no.
Not last year. I packed them all in the year before, but last year I guess I only actually did 3 shows.
Wow.
So-
So pretty close.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Nashville Arts and Metal was 2022.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Seems like it was yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. They're starting to run together a little bit for me.
I guess it was
Years?
2021 and 2022, but yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? I just did the Oregon show with Billy and Nick.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know me, I'm over it. If I go to a show, it'll probably be just to hang out, other than Billy and Nick's show. That's my show where I go for the wonderful, wonderful capitalism of it all.
So, Sean, out of all
Excellent.
those shows, what was your favorite?
Definitely the Pacific Northwest.
Weighing in.
Easily.
Too funny.
Wasn't even close.
What about you, Michael? What did you like?
I really liked Noki. I thought that was it was fun getting to walk around, eating a bunch of food out of New Orleans. I enjoyed the shit out of that. And truthfully, a lot of my friends went, which, maker friends and customer friends and all that. And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
For me. But also just walking around Blade Show, got to walk around with my kids and Tom and everybody and look at old knives. It was really a lot of fun.
Nice.
Blade Show was awesome, man. Getting to hang out with you guys and being on the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm. Did nothing but walk it. Look for materials and look at knives.
Honestly, as I go along, it starts making more and more sense to do that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've already made it where I don't bust my ass for a month before the show. That stuff was fun when we were 20 years younger. And it really wasn't fun then, but that's what we did,
it was a lot of undue stress.
But yeah, eventually I think it's just like go to see your friends, hang out, network, and do your sales online like you do every other week.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that about that for Blade Show, but I still think there's value for me right now having a booth. So I keep doing it, whether there is or isn't.
Did you go to any shows, Mark?
That's a great question. I don't think I did. Looking back here.
None?
I don't think so. I was going to try to make a surprise appearance at the Pacific Northwest show, and that didn't work out. But no, I don't think I did, because I think the AIM show. It was a couple years ago now when I came to the Nashville show, right, Michael? I think that was 2 or 3 years ago now. Yeah. No, I don't think I did one in 2023, which is weird.
I miss you.
I miss you too, man.
It is kind of strange if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
wow.
Well, we got Airbnb booked for next year already for the Billy and Nick show, Pacific Northwest Custom Invitational. So I'll be there for sure. You guys sound like you had a good time at Blade. So if you do something like that again, I may have to try to join you and wander.
Yeah, that was.
We will be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The fam was down.
Oh yeah. Well, the Rolling Stones is playing. Our friend Philip Clapp was like, they're playing that Friday or whatever, and I was like, I did not. So
oh, nice.
We got tickets for us to go, the family, and
oh, very fun.
Yeah, it's gonna kick ass.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Do you have to have a walker to get into that show?
Shit, I don't know.
There is AARP parking available though.
For the members in the band.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy.
Good times.
Kind of a soft year overall for the four of us for shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ultimately, I think we've all kind of tapered back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Which is interesting considering that the number of shows just seems like it continues to grow. I don't know if it really is, but it feels like it.
It is.
Yeah, sure as shit feels like it.
Yeah.
It's gotten pretty crazy out there.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to pick and choose anymore because you don't know if your friends are going to be there. You don't know who's going where. Knife makers are waiting on seeing if their other knife makers are going, and then customers are waiting to see if the knife maker they want to see is going, and then no one really knows who's going to where.
Right. Interesting stuff. Anything else on shows from this year that you guys wanted to hit on?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing the same ones in 2024.
Are you?
I may try to add Billy and Nick's. I want to, but it's a tough time of the year. And anyways,
yeah,
same shit as always.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do Billy's this year. Billy and Nick's this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to go to Europe.
Well, that's right. I forgot you guys had a big trip in the books.
Doing soccer or something, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
Awesome.
In an awesome way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Norway, Denmark, and we're going to hit up Ireland
Fun.
while we're over there.
Very cool. Where's the tournament?
Beat the shit out of me.
Huh.
Somewhere over there.
Somewhere near Norway, Denmark, and Ireland, though.
Well, it's over. I think it's in Norway. I don't really know.
Oh, really?
They got these. It's something, I don't know. It's all planned through the school. So it's like they've got these games set up, these kind of whatever games. So they go and play and, that part will be neat.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Norway should be cool.
mm-hmm. No, it'll all be pretty fun. Be exciting. I've told them for many years that, the whole Disney, whatever, is like, I'd rather pay for you to go overseas than spend the same amount of money to go see Disney World.
Yeah, Amy and I are going to Europe in September, I think. So we'll be somewhere over that direction later this year as well.
Nice.
Yeah, anniversary thing. All right. What's next on our list? New knives or knife makers you found this year. New is relative, I think.
Yeah.
We don't often find people that are new. We find people that are new to us, generally speaking.
Yeah, I hate to say new because I didn't really, people that popped up on my radar weren't really new. I didn't really have no idea how long they've been making.
Yeah. You guys got anybody you want to mention?
I've got a few.
All right.
Sorry, my heat kicked on because it's freezing cold here. So I went and turned it off. It'll take a second to cycle out.
Man, it's freezing everywhere.
Dude, nuts.
This is like deep freeze week, I think, for everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I've mentioned the people that I found, but I just want to kind of recap and I add a couple. Thomas Rucker Knives. Over the year, I've got 3 knives from him.
Ooh.
They're all awesome. No, 4 knives. I've gotten 4 knives over the year.
I think I knew about 2. So you've been at work. You've been on his book getting work done.
Yeah. I'm not on it right now just because I'm trying to pay off a few big pieces of equipment in the shop.
Allegedly.
I got the CNC paid off, so that's a big one.
Yeah, man.
But
Nice.
Working on the laser now. But his knives are awesome. I really enjoy his work. He's really easy to deal with. I would really recommend him. His name is Tomas Rucker Knives on Facebook. I picked up a hollow-handled survival knife from him. I picked up a Nest Monk Skinner and like a 7 or 8 inch Bowie, and then like a Puko. So all really different and really cleanly made. I mentioned Tabone Knives. He's on Facebook, Tabone. Weirdly found him at the Bentonville show here. And he's married to my wife's cousins. We started talking and it's like,
What?
yeah. Did I not mention that on here?
I don't remember that. Do you guys remember that? Tom's long lost connection?
Dude, it's crazy. So when Skip got sick, I basically had to take off out of the shop one afternoon. And so I went to the show for a couple hours and walked around and met him and talked to him. He's from Monticello, which is where my wife's family is all from.
Yeah.
And after the show, I reached out and he had these 3 small utility hunters. It's his Briar model. And I really liked the lines on them, and he had 3. So I was like, hey, do you have any of those left? And I ended up buying all 3 of those and gave one to each of my kids. And then I ordered another one for myself. And then I ordered a Bowie knife that I just got that's pretty cool.
Nice.
But anyways, we started talking, and when he sent the knives, I looked at the address, and he lives like right on the same road, just on the other side, real close to where my wife's cousin lives, on her mom's side. And then down the road is where her mom's grandma lived. And I was like, hey, if you know, the Ryburns or the Beards, we're probably, any of those, we're related to them through my wife. And we talked, and I was like, well, have a good night. If you know any Ryburns, Beards, or Webbs, which is my wife's maiden name, we're probably related.
Wow.
And he comes back, Webb. And I'm like, yeah, well, her great grandpa is my wife's grandpa. So they're like cousins or something. It's kind of crazy, but yeah.
Wow.
Small world.
Small world.
So when we went hunting down there, we met up and had lunch or had dinner, and yeah, it was pretty cool. But his knives are good. He's in the Arkansas Knife Maker group, and he's like studying. Lynn Ray is helping him, and his work is clean. I've been pretty impressed.
Very nice.
So yeah, check out his work. He's going to be at the Fort Worth show also, as will Lynn Ray.
Nice.
So just got back from Jason Knight's house shop, and I met his son there, Tristan Knight. I don't know if you're familiar with his work.
I think maybe I've seen some stuff before.
He's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making knives under his own logo. He's very skilled. He had a couple knives there that he sold online. I would highly recommend checking out his work. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time, had a great teacher, and his work is very clean. He had a couple like wakazashis there that were like there was rules on how to handle them. I couldn't, no licking or any of that stuff, but whatever.
Thank goodness.
His work is very impressive, like crazy. You know, you can tell his dad and him have worked together for a long time.
Yeah.
So recommend him. And then what's that?
You just weren't going to send us links and stuff. We're just going to have to do this manual like this is 2009 or
He
something,
spells Tristan a little different. Tristen, nightbladesmith.com. Tristen,
I can
nightbladesmith.com.
try to send some links. If I open too much stuff, my computer is not going to be.
Comes to a screeching halt, doesn't it, Tom?
Yeah,
So
I
you
gotta
should
get a
be
new
on
one.
the CAD laptop.
I should.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were trying to do, is log in with your CAD laptop.
I figured before we did that, we should probably, like, me and you
Do a
sit
test
down and
session.
see if we can figure that out.
Yeah,
So
probably so.
Ben just texted me, I don't have a key for the front door. I'm like, all right, no worries. I got a 12 gauge.
Oh, boy.
So let me see if I can find some of Tristan's work. I think
No, I just gave the website, Tristen, nightbladesmith.com, and there's a gallery there. Meridian, is that what he calls his? It just says Meridian in big letters at the top.
Ooh, that's good looking.
Yeah.
can you see that sax he did?
Yeah.
So that was at the shop. I got to handle that.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was awesome. That handle, I don't know if you can really tell, but it looks like rag micarta. I thought it was rag micarta in real life, and it's actually like old oak burl dyed green.
Yeah. I thought it was that shredded money micarta stuff or something when I
No,
first
it's
opened the
oak
picture.
burl. It's great.
Yeah.
That knife is really cool and really nice, really well done. That concept knife, I got to handle that. That was pretty cool. And then the little micro knights they're pretty cool too.
Yeah.
They're tiny. Like if you remember those Simonich knives,
Yeah.
these are actually a little smaller than that.
Oh,
And I
wow.
think better geometry. So they're kind of cool. They're only $75. I mean,
3.75 overall.
yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would highly recommend his work. He also does some classes with Jason.
Nice.
So, and then another person that I met while I was there, and he's a journeyman smith. His name is Stephen Bryan.
Steven.
I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No.
Let me send you a link to his Instagram. Let me grab it. He goes by Stephen Bryan _troubadour. And so pretty interesting guy. Just had a really nice time meeting him. I'm trying to find his.
Does he make music as well?
So he's actually an expat living out in Guatemala, of all
Wow.
places, which is kind of a sketchy place to live right now.
Huh.
But really cool dude. His work's really clean. Super nice guy. So yeah, check out his work, and pretty interesting guy. So that's all I've got for new knife makers, knives.
Very nice. Yeah, his stuff looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little Damascus like cleaver vegetable knife or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, very nice. I
And
wonder-
his shop is actually down in Guatemala, which is
yeah.
interesting. But his chef knives are really cool.
Yeah, very nice. I wonder if he made that sword that he's pulling out of the sheath in the front page of the website.
I would guess so.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, it's good looking stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Yeah,
where
and
the troubadour thing comes from. That has me intrigued.
I know, right?
Troubadour tradesman, gypsy toy maker, shade tree journalist. He's a man of many trades.
If you scroll down,
TJ.
Like- What's that?
I did read his thing. Forge and Fire Champ 412/BTJ12.
I think 412 is season 4, episode 12, I would guess.
Yeah.
And he is.
I don't know what BTJ is, though.
Yeah.
He's working on his Master Smith knives currently, and is planning on testing in Atlanta.
Oh, excellent.
And I think he's doing like some mission work down there a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's humanitarian type stuff, and this helps support that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that way too.
That is cool.
Oh yeah, really,
like it.
really good dude. So yeah, that's all I got.
So I think the only one that was new to me that I wanted to mention is, I don't know who pointed this person out to me. Camille Dulugos, KD Knives. One of you guys showed me this guy's stuff, right? We talked about him in a couple episodes.
Is this the Polish knife maker?
Polish guy, yeah. Maybe that was you, Tom.
His stuff is
Probably
really
Tom.
cool.
Sounds Tom.
Yeah, it's
I
very
don't know
Tom.
if it was, but I'm familiar.
He, so I ordered a knife from him. I just sent you the pictures of it. These are his pictures because I took pictures, but it was shitty outside, so the pictures aren't very good. So I haven't posted them yet. But there was our Camille's pictures of this knife called a Spartan, which is sort of like a recurve fighter style thing.
Yeah, the lines are pure sex, man. That thing's,
Super pretty, isn't it?
yeah, it's mean.
Big old recurve, harpoon, really nicely shaped handles. They're fat carbon handles, which normally I would be not into, but these actually look nice. They're not outrageous looking. It almost looks like marble carbon with a little red.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So good looking knife, really nice hand rub. He did a really, really nice job on this thing. And that sheath is outstanding.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he didn't make the sheath. He's got a guy that he works with that makes them. But man, oh man, is that sheath nice. So yeah, really nice package overall. I'm really happy with that knife.
I like how he tied the red stitching in with the fat carbon and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The liners.
Yep. Yeah, we had a conversation about the liners because I said, hey, you should make it with red liners if you can use this red fat carbon. And he said, yeah, that sounds great. And then I think when he was getting ready to make the handles, he's like, I don't know, maybe not red liners. And we talked about it for a while and he goes, all right, yeah, let's do it. And I think it looks outstanding. Yeah. I'm a liners guy. I like colorful liners. So anyway, good looking knife.
Yeah, his hunters, I really like his. They're real simple, but
Yeah.
they look very nice.
Yeah. He was good to deal with.
This is what I like when I'm like, use simple materials, build them simple, but build them super clean. And that's when you know that's what you're looking for. That super clean look.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got it.
Yep. You can find him at KD Knives on Instagram. So go check out Camille's stuff. He's been making for quite a while. Young guy, but he's been making for a while. And yeah, the work is just super nice. So if you like fixed blades, check him out. I think he's actually made some folders as well. I think our friend Vince at Fort Henry had some stuff from Camille before on his website, maybe a folder. So anyway, that's who I like this year.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Michael?
I picked a couple of people that I've kind of come across here and there. I'm getting ready to send this to you. I got to find the stupid messenger app. Guillermo Ducasi. I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly. He's doing these clasp lock type of very Jürgen Stenau type of knives.
That's pronounced Guillaume.
Guillaume
Guillaume.
Ducasi.
Yep.
Very clean looking. I believe he's going to be in the Arts and Metals show, so I'm looking forward to checking some of those pieces out.
Oh yeah.
One of the fellows over there, I was following some of the stuff the Paris show, and he had some knives there. So I think he's fairly young. He looks kind of young, but I don't know how long he's been making or whatnot. But very kind of old school art knife look to him. I just kind of dig it. So it's kind of popped up on my radar this past year, his stuff.
Awesome.
And yeah, I like that sort of stuff. You can find him at GuillaLaumeDucassennives on Instagram. So, yeah, very interesting. A lot of stacked mother of pearl, all that fun stuff. This other guy, I believe I've talked about. I can't remember if it had been a couple years or if it was just this year, but Charles Ellis, the Charles Lionheart.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how long I've been talking about his stuff, but he makes some fantastic, very wild, kind of new Damascus patterns that are very intricately stacked and doing these shapes and designs that I've never seen done before. And also just does a ton of nice work in progress type stuff. I like seeing that stuff. I really dig, seeing processes and how folks approach a problem, how they solve the puzzle, and he's good at posting a lot of that stuff. It's neat to see.
Very cool.
Yeah. A lot of, kitchen knives and stuff like that. And then this kid has popped up a few times. Lucas Gumbiner.
Okay.
You guys know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
All right. Well, I started seeing him in like some of it was the Facebook type of stuff. Says he's 24 years old. I don't know if that's, how old he was when he put that in or if he's kept that updated. But he does some kind of, quote unquote tactical, pretty clean looking folders. And I'm starting to see more people ask about him or, kind of suggesting him as an underrated maker and all that fun stuff.
Huh.
So yeah, for a young cat that has to be pretty new to it, I would assume, of course that's making an assumption, pretty, clean pieces.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. He's got some, or Damascus and Westinghouse sort of pieces and all that fun sort of modern, genticle or fancy type of folders.
Right. He's doing some trick stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice little inlays along the spine and the back spacer.
Yeah. Spine inlay's clever. I like that. That one that you sent, the fancy one in Westinghouse and Mokutai or whatever, or Zerktai, I guess, it almost has like a little, almost like a Black Snow Customs kind of look a little bit, maybe?
A little bit, yeah. I had the same feeling, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's that flipper tab or
maybe the
pivot.
fat heel on the back of the handle or a couple of the things added together, yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I didn't even notice it has a big old nice black lip mother pearl inlay in the pivot.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I think we'll probably see some more of that kid.
I would think so.
Coming soon.
Oh yeah, he looks young in his picture even. Grand Junction, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Show 2023 Best Kitchen Knife.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. These are all folders up at the top.
Yeah, I was there for that one. It was interesting.
Huh. Yeah, he had a bunch of different knives on his table, looks like.
Mm-hmm. Lots of fun stuff.
Yeah. Excellent. You got any other ones, Michael?
That's all I got for now.
What about you, Sean? You got anybody you want to point out, or you don't sound as grumpy today as you were that one time last time we talked.
Yeah, I've got over it. I've unreddened my ass.
Put a little ointment on there.
Yeah, some salve.
Right. Thank goodness.
All right. I've sat and thought about it, and any really new cats, I feel like I would be treading ground I've already treaded. So I'm going to throw out somebody. Started going through my files. I've saved pictures and stuff that really, tickled my fancy. And somebody two folks who stood out to me who worked together throughout the year. I've got quite a few of their knives saved that I've been just looking at. And it's Sean and Charla Hansen. And if you guys aren't familiar with them, I suggest you check them out. Their Instagram is S Hansen. Let's see, S Hansen Knives, which is SHANSEN Knives, all one word.
All right.
Definitely head to their Instagram, check out what they've got going on. They've been doing this a while. They are arts and metal makers.
Shoo.
And their stuff is just so superb. It's phenomenal. It's next level artwork.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll share some pictures in the Facebook group to kind of let you guys get a little appetizer for what they got going on, and then you can explore further yourselves.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just scroll down their Instagram, and it's like everything is just the one thing is more awesome and crazier than the next.
Right. Yeah. There's some wild stuff in there, man.
Dude, the engraving, holy shit.
Yeah. That's all in-house? One of the two of them does the engraving?
Man, I believe so.
Wow.
And I mean, they can reach out and correct me if they would like. It would be wonderful to talk to them about what they do.
Yeah. Super way off out there art knife stuff, right? Very, I don't know. This is like,
Warhensky?
yeah, but like super, is gothic the right word? What's the right word for this? Very embellished. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Would neo-Gothic work?
Neo-Gothic, yeah.
Neo-Gothic revive?
Now you're just making shit
Look
up.
at him go.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him go.
All words are made up, man.
Gothic revival.
Somebody had to make them up.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's right there. From concept to completion, the knives are imagined, drawn, cut, forged, hammered, engraved, inlaid, and polished by Sean and Charla Hansen. 100% sole authorship. Wow.
Have a look at this one I just sent a link to. It is a large Persian fixed blade with a smaller Persian fixed blade that is inlaid into the fucking handle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's rad. Wow.
Be
I mean,
crazy if there
there's
was
inner
another
frame
one.
pearl work on the little knife in the handle, for fuck's sake.
Right. Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, I really can't wait to share some pictures with you folks and get you going down this rabbit hole because it's just a visual feast. My words don't do it justice. You guys are going to flip for this.
Right.
Did you say they're going to be at Arts and Metal?
They were at the 2022 show at least posted on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Art Knife Invitational in Vegas in October of 23. Okay, so they were at Solvang and AKI in 2023. They don't have 2024 shows up. Sean looks like, when I go to their website, Sean looks familiar, so I must have met him at Arts and Metal. Yeah, gorgeous stuff, man. So, right, not a new maker, but maybe new to us, new to Sean.
Well, no, I had been aware of them for a while, but just over the past year, it had popped up in one of the knife photo things I follow, and I rabbit holed it. And when the time came around and I was kind of drawing a blank, I was like, you know what? These folks ain't new, but maybe to some of our listeners, they would be new.
Yeah. This is very nice engraving work too, right? There's like traditional stuff, sculpted stuff, Bellino stuff, bunch of different stuff.
It's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately just everything.
That cut and shoot's pretty cool on the Instagram.
And I'm going to throw one more name out there, and this is a maker that's no longer with us, but I once again, same thing happened here. I've been really rabbit holing his stuff. And I mean, I'm not sure when he passed, but there's no Instagram, there's no website. You can do a Google image search and come up with some pretty decent stuff. But the maker's name is Steve Lickerick, and that's spelled Likarch. Lakir. Shit.
Interesting.
Spell. Likarich. There we go. And he had been around quite a while. I'd always enjoyed his stuff. And in the past year, I'd rabbit holed him and had a bunch of stuff on my hard drive.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I had come across one of his posts like last month looking for something else. And it made me think of I don't know what it was, Blade Forms at USN, but where he was battling like the school. He wasn't far from a school, but they were saying he was making weapons.
Oh,
He made all the funky, crazy, whatever stuff, and they're trying to tell him not to or something.
huh.
It was wild.
Really?
Fighting with the city.
Wow. The Arizona bio on him says Steve became a full-time knife maker in 1987. Formerly, he was a jeweler, which makes sense maybe.
Yeah.
Specialties are fancy working and art knives of his own design. Much of his work incorporates elaborate file work, brightly colored tie liners, and most have a high finish. He works mainly with a variety of steels. Steve passed away in 2011. He's been gone for a while. They have a few pieces of his on there. Really interesting looking at the scope of his work, even on just the 5 pieces on Arizona. Right? One is like a super smoothie kind of, I don't know, like a hyper modernized Loveless style. And some of the other stuff is like crazy art shape, like some stuff with like mill scale still on and simpler handles and like kind of all over the place. A variety.
Yeah, that double bolstered Persian is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Different than the other stuff. Yeah.
There's some nice pieces of his in history on, actually maybe even available at Nordic as well. Very nice. All right.
It'd be cool if they had a picture of the maker that way, because I feel like I've seen his work.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It'd be cool if you could put a face to him at Blade or something where you stop by and.
Yep. Ran into him before.
Yeah.
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 He did a few ringed fighters. I like those a lot. Those are cool.
Never have too many ringed fighters.
I don't think so.
Right?
All right. Favorite knife of the year. Maybe Sean jumped the shark. He got ahead of that one.
Oh, I can go first on that one.
Go for it.
The RMJ Lady Death knuckle knife.
That was really cool. That dagger.
Fuck yeah, man. That was my favorite knife of the year. I spaced and missed out on the drop, and they sold quick. And
A biscuit.
I intended to get one of those.
They dropped right like the Friday of the USN show.
Oh.
And Rob had reached out. He was going to hook me up. And I'm like, dude, I'm broken till Monday.
Right.
And they were all gone.
Wow.
But yeah, those were awesome. Good call.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, man, I love that piece.
Sean's a sucker for a trench knife, though. That's a sure winner. Very cool. Michael, you sound like you were about to share one. Favorite knife?
Yeah. There's been some pretty amazing knives, but that Questenberry integral dagger.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I'm going to send you guys a photo if you haven't seen it already, which shame on you if you haven't.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this one?
Not sure which one you're talking about, but I've been following Mike pretty close.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I got lagged here. So, integrally forged Damascus piece. which is tough enough as it is, but these gorgeous mother of pearl handles and gold screws and gold liners and inlay work. And what's even wild is like the bolsters that are integral are curved upward. So to line all that up and get it perfect, which you know it will be, is amazing. Then he made this like crazy like snake looking holder for the dagger, presentation little piece with wood, and it's a hell of a package.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's wild. Fantastic piece.
Yeah, for people that have watched Mike's feed, this is the one that he recently made with the stand, where like there was a stand with a little, I think it's Delrin. Yeah, a little insert where the tip of the knife sits when it's sitting up in the stand. Such a cool piece.
Yeah. This one went to our friend Chris Lee, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris is in deep on stuff. I love that the stand has like a very Cobra kind of look with the
I was saying, it looks like a snake,
pattern.
and it's got
Yeah.
that twist on it that just is perfectly lined up.
Right.
I mean, just on, I don't know. It should be a piece that no one cares about, but it's perfectly lined, and
Yep.
yeah, I dig it.
Yep. Super nice. What about you, Tom? Favorite knife of the year?
So here's where my memory is going to show, and I couldn't find a picture of it. I think it was at Blade Show this year that Jason Knight had a spear.
Yes.
Does that ring a bell?
I believe it was this year.
I remember seeing him holding a spear.
Yeah, that piece was freaking amazing. Had like a cue ball at the end and a couple 3 feet of spear blade and maybe a 2 or 3 foot handle. And I've been looking for pictures and I can't find one. But that piece was amazing. I'm also a big fan of pretty much anything Jason does, and he had a Damascus chopper, I think, at Blade, or either it was a Blade or Blade Texas this year, and those were both really cool blades. That spear, I don't know. Jason does some off the wall stuff, and every once in a while, and that was one of them, and it was pretty cool. So that's my call.
He's unafraid to step outside the box.
Mm-mm.
Oh, from day one, I can remember when he was blasting ironwood and probably making master smiths turn over in their graves.
Right.
But that blasted ironwood is actually really cool, and I finally did one this year. I finally got the nerve up to do one, and it turned out really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you guys seen the piece? When his shop burned, there was like a Celtic dagger sword, and he got it out of the fire, and then he heated it up.
Oh yeah,
and put it down on a board and just let it burn in.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls it relic or something like that. That was in the shop. I got to handle that. That was really cool.
Yeah, neat.
It was really cool. But yeah, I'm still looking for the spear. If I can find it, I'll link it.
Yeah. Or if any of our listeners has a picture, share it in the Facebook group.
Yeah, memory sucks because I was like, there's a really cool Nick Rossi piece that I really dug, that one that just sticks in your gullet. Big old feather Damascus bolo looking some bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, and I couldn't find it. It was from 2022. But I could have swore it was recent. I don't know why.
Yeah. The time machine. I get you.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that was my master smith. I was like, shit.
Yeah. Yep. Well, this one, this was my knife of the year. No surprise. Dave Brown, our friend Dave Brown of Visana Blade Works, who joined us on the show before, made a short sword. I know Sean loves this one too.
Oh, yeah.
Just a killer piece, man. Some really nice walnut sheath and handles, and a big old short sword in damasteel. And his stuff is so clean and beautiful. So I think he said this. I think he said he had 120 hours into this thing.
That's why we don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't count that.
Right. Yeah. But such a cool piece. Really beautiful dagger in damasteel, fancy handles and sheath. It's got another pattern of damasteel in the divider in the handle. And yeah, such a killer piece, man. He does beautiful work every time.
Yeah, that's really, really nice.
Yeah, that sheath is a work of art in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he takes a lot of pride in that.
Wow.
He spends a lot of time, I think, even just finishing the sheath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was my fave of this past year.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. What did you send us, Tom? Did you find the picture?
Yeah, that's, if it's not the one, it's one very similar.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think that at the end he said it was a fracking ball or something.
Yeah?
It's like spun jade G10 or something. They use it in fracking.
Oh, really?
But that thing was so light and quick and crazy. Poof.
Yeah. I guess that's a spear. It's almost like a,
like a short stabbing spear.
Kind of, yeah.
Just
I don't know.
Crazy.
It's like a big old mix of a lot of different ethnic styles kind of tossed into one.
The handle's like about 3 feet long though.
Yeah.
Lord.
What?
It's a big piece.
We've talked about, as, like you said, an ethnic shape of some kind, right, Michael? Like, we've talked about something like that before. Almost like a pole arm where it's got a blade out on the end, sort of.
Yeah.
It makes me think Africa, like the Asagi, however you say that, the lion spears or whatever.
Yeah. But with
Big wide
the
blades.
that beater thing on the end of it, what's that stick with the ball on the end?
Oh.
God damn it.
You talking about like a shillelagh or something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that too.
Well, it feels really good at the end of it keeps your hand from sliding off the back.
Yeah.
But that thing was so light and quick.
Wow. Very cool. Yeah. When was that from?
23. I checked to make sure he wasn't cheating.
Yeah, right. You got to check Tom, man. He might try to sneak one by.
Always check.
All right, let's keep going. We got a little bit to get through here still.
Yeah.
What trends?
People.
What about trends?
Trends are a weird thing.
Yeah.
You guys seen any? I've seen a couple.
I've seen a big fucking downturn and bunch of sales, and
Yeah.
it got fucking weird this year.
I don't know that that's a trend as much as it is the economy sucking, but
It becomes a trend when you get some guys that sell and then they see that, oh, that's sold well, and then it kind of turns into a sort of a race to the bottom situation. And it starts with the economy, but it also starts with people sometimes, I think, trying to get a leap on it. It's interesting. We've seen it before, and we'll see it many times after this.
it's definitely a buyer's market right now.
For sure.
And I've told friends this, and I know they don't have to sell anything, but for whatever reason, they put it up for sale and it doesn't bring shit. So you might as well keep it.
Yeah,
The secondary is in the dump.
Mm-hmm.
And I get you got to do it, but if you don't have to do it, don't. You know what I'm saying?
if you don't need to. If you need the money, obviously sell all your shit. We don't need any of this stuff.
Right.
But yeah, and if you're a buyer and you're planning on staying around in the thing, there's some great deals. Buy them up, because it will change. It will go the other way, and there'll be a bunch of people like, "Can I get one of those for that?" And be like, there was one just like it you could have got. So get on it.
Pushed some people to the secondary because there's such good deals, but yeah, that is. I will give you that. That's a current trend. That's not one that I like or enjoy or anything, but yeah.
Well, no, it's not a fun trend. That's for damn sure.
No. So, I mean, my take is I've seen, because of this, what I've seen personally, and I've seen people just try to do the same thing. It's stuff's not selling, stuff's not working, and they do the same thing, and then they just complain about it. And I don't know what to tell you there. Try to make some changes. Figure out what will sell and what won't sell. For me personally, what I've seen, and I saw this coming last year, and I started changing. I actually saw it a little bit the year before that. My market niche for like 30 years has been that $200 to $300 sweet spot, right? For fixed blades, small fixed blades. And I saw that just start tapering off heavy last year, beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And so I switched to folders. That was kind of how I did it. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of fixed blades in my shop right now. Blades heat treated, blades cut out, and different progresses. I just shelved them. And what I've found is now, if I make one or two, 5 to 10 a month, I can sell them. They'll sell. But what I'm seeing is the folders are selling good. But even that's slowed down in the last 6 months, But the trend that I'm seeing most right now, less expensive stuff is not selling. It seems like the customers want something special. So if you make it, more tricked out, more expensive, it sells faster right now. It's counterintuitive, but it's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, same here.
I think the market has gotten bad, but the influx of new makers and stuff has not slowed down. I mean, it's been full speed ahead as far as like this massive inundation of new stuff that I'd say it's really hard to keep track of as a collector or whatever, to be like, who's hot, who's not, who's whatever. And that's, that's a fair amount of people prospecting to see if they can get something on the ground floor. But it's added so many knives to the market.
I think in 2024 we're going to see a winnowing.
Yeah, it's highly possible.
I think it's going to shake out, and what I'm seeing and what I think I'm seeing is the people that have money still have money, but they don't want the common stuff. They want something special, and that's basically what I'm seeing. And I think a lot of the hobby makers and a lot of the people that come and go in the industry, they're getting hurt right now because stuff isn't selling.
True. I think that's very true. But there's also, it's interesting. We live in this age of, it's not the product itself, it's the process of the product. It is the YouTube hits, it's the reels, it's the showing of, oh, you want to make something with a kind of weird, it's always the same type of gotcha YouTube type of cover page. It's the process of making something anymore. It's not the actual product, which is kind of wild to me. But I've been seeing more and more of that. And I don't know how that lasts as a market. Does it even matter that the knives sell? Or is that even what you're selling? or is it that process, or is it that content that you're selling versus the product?
Right.
I don't know. Gonna need someone a lot smarter than me to figure that one out.
Another trend I've seen that is continuing is the vintage micarta scene. It's not maybe quite as crazy as it was. Maybe, I don't know. I
don't know.
I tend not to play in that. I know a lot of people do. Ben does. Ben loves that stuff, and his customers do. But I just, I don't know.
I don't have time to chase down whatever the new hotness is.
I was around when you could buy that shit for nothing too. So,
well, I get it. It's the problem is it seems like the faster a trend hits, the faster it goes away. So, I've talked to some people and they're like, well, that's, $1,500 of materials. I'm like, well, that's $1,500 today.
Right.
You hope you really, really like that, because it's probably not going to be $1,500 of material next year. But it seemed like this past year was the year of the very expensive micartas and vintage stuff.
And just some weird random knowledge like, oh, this blue glass is the whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. Where did that come from? Why did that all of a sudden, is it cool because someone said it was cool?
Here's an idea. Here's an idea. Somebody should run with this. Knife making collector cards, like baseball kind of cards. You could do materials. You could do makers. That'd be some crazy shit.
Probably work.
Right?
I'm sure.
I'll trade you a Billy Cho for a Michael Birch.
But I think they do that with like coins and stuff. There's a lot of coin stuff.
That was
anymore.
Like 2 years ago. That's they're still doing some of it, but I think a lot of that slowed down. Weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So the new hotness is going to be the baseball cards. Sweet.
I just want like 2%, 3%.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that stuff is not unlike knife baseball cards. Just not paper.
No, it's perceived rarity. It's all sorts of interesting and weird stuff. It's very strange where you see someone be like, this is super rare. I'm like, well, how come I've seen like 5 of them on every different page lately? I don't know if you know what rare is.
Yeah. Makes the world go round, man.
It looks good when it's finished. I mean, I like it. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
The vintage micarta.
Oh. Which flavor, man?
The Westinghouse, and like with the lines and stuff. Ben does some pretty cool stuff with it that I like, but I just don't have the patience for it, I guess. Tracking it down, finding it, and buying it. And I
don't know. I don't want to chase something down to have it go sour as far as like its, cool factor in 2 months.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the trends that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
The market,
kind of
higher price knives selling better, and vintage micarta.
Kind of turned into a get off my lawn episode here.
I was going to say, like a cranky old bastards.
Don't get me started.
No, that's just what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you work with that.
Right.
Yeah. But it goes back to, we say it over and over, buy what you really, really want. Buy something that you're excited about. Don't buy what someone tells you to buy. If you couldn't show a single person, would you still buy it? The answer is yes. Fuck yeah. Buy it if you can.
Yep.
And I think this is kind of a, just diving off of what you just said. This is a market where you really should buy what you want. And I don't, buying to profit or invest in knives is a weird thing to me. I buy.
Oh yeah.
Because I like it and I'm planning on keeping it forever.
Yeah.
My kids will get it. Like Jake was out, he rummaged through the garage, grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, you're going to get it sooner or later, so you might as well take it now. Yeah.
But I'm lucky I like random old shit that I could find on eBay or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's cheap, but, weird shit.
Yeah. Sadly,
my
wife
Mark?
will have to figure out what to do with all this stuff when I'm done. She worries about
Don't
that.
worry.
Right.
I got 3 boys. Surely they can figure it out.
No, don't worry. Papa Birch come in.
You tell them not to worry about it.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know if I have much to offer on the trend thing. I was thinking about this earlier today, and I don't know. I definitely see a lot of the whole vintage Micarta madness thing. I tend to think it's likely going to pass. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can certainly see the Micarta one that Tom talked about. And yeah, I kind of to your point, Michael, about is it the content or what people are actually making? And I tend to think it's both. I think that's just the way social media world has gone, right? I mean, that's part of what people get. That's what gets them on board is the content stuff. So yeah, I think we're going to see more of that. It's obviously successful, right?
It works. It 100% works. And the frustrating part is I know it's stuff I should be doing, but I absolutely will not do.
Yeah.
To the point of walking away from this if I had to, because it's like it's like Instagram. You see these kind of trends that go through the ripples through these different reels and things like that. Like POV, you just saw your favorite maker making something or whatever. It's like there is nowhere in the fucking possibility that I'm going to do something like that.
Yeah.
But I know it works rationally. So I don't know. It's strange. Old man shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
I can't,
Little
I can't
bastards.
sit there and pretend to do or be something I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man.
Well, I don't think anybody really wants that, right? But it's just the way things have gone, right? It sells everything from cosmetics to watches to knives to groceries, right? All of that stuff. So,
Well, I mean, you got to remember, before all this shit, people had to watch the Home Shopping Network. Now they don't have to. And if you can watch that, you can watch anything. So this has got to be a step in the right direction.
Doesn't always feel that way.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch some more Home Shopping Network then.
Give me an infomercial any day.
Oh,
Besides having access to all the cool knives and all the cool stuff, I don't know. The weirdness I could leave it.
I worked with a nurse who loved to watch that shit. So anytime there was a slow time in the ER, we would be watching that. And I'm like, this is the worst stuff ever. It's awful. Horrible.
Huh.
Yeah. Who knows? What about you, Sean? You got any trend stuff you want to talk about?
No, they covered it. I mean, as far as, I didn't really notice anything that stood out. But maybe I'm just out of the loop, man. Maybe I'm old and disconnected and I got other shit going on.
Yeah.
The best way to be.
All right. Let's talk about something fun. Favorite podcast episode of season 6.
Woohoo.
Looking back.
I like the oddities.
Yeah.
I've got that one down. I thought that one was a fun one.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're
I
agreed.
said it first. I popped it out real fast.
Everybody's on the same page with that.
Well,
I
just
also
one of those we
like the
got that
one-
fun with.
Yeah. I like the one right before that. Episode 98. That's the Warhammer episode.
Oh, yeah. Sean Nerds Out episode. That was good.
That was kind of a fun
thank
one.
you.
It was fun.
And oddly did well, like statistically.
Yep.
So
Really?
there's more Warhammers,
It's a bunch of
Warhams?
Warhams than we expected.
Yeah.
another one was 3 More Knives.
Yeah. That
I
was,
always
yeah.
like those. They're fun.
yep. We like picks. We like picks. Let's be real.
Yeah, we do. But it sucks that the time right on my work, because I will just get books down. I will be on the internet. I'll be scouring, looking at shit. but it's fun. It's a fun thing to find what I think you guys will dig or whatever, what the customers will dig, customers, listeners.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't think, I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4. We only did 4 interviews last year. That's kind of unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we're interview heavy.
Yeah.
So I have one of those as one of my favorites.
Yeah. Which one?
Episode 108.
Yeah.
Stephanie Lucy.
Lucy was good.
On Dr. Jim Lucy.
Yeah.
That was, I really enjoyed that. I knew Dr. Lucy personally, and the book was awesome. So it was just like, everything there was like right up my alley. I really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. It was a good chat. And she was a really good guest, I thought.
A lot of insight into Dr. Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was really cool. It was a fun one. And just like you said, we got to get a peek behind the curtain, it seemed like.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought our conversation with Matthew Beauvais was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was an interesting one.
Then I had to skip out on that one a little bit. So.
Yeah. Matt's an interesting dude. So that was cool. Todd Begg was good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And Shane Seibert. That chat with Shane was fun too.
That was very interesting.
Yeah.
I bet it was.
I really enjoyed that. Birch, you would have enjoyed it.
It was enlightening. Yeah.
I won't put you on the spot and ask you if you listened to it or not.
We don't want to know the answer.
No.
If I'm not in it, I can't.
2 of my favorites, one got published this year, so I don't know if that counts or not.
What's that?
111, the Christmas picks.
That
one was, that was one of my, I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah. It's because you got to go shopping, Tom.
Yeah, basically, I've done everything on the list.
Yeah. Anytime you get to go virtual shopping, that's fun.
Yeah, I did it for real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was cool.
Yep. I was looking, I'm like, oh, Justin Black from Spycraft 101 was really good. It's like, oh, geez, that was 2022.
That's been a couple of years.
Yeah,
man.
it's been a while. I was just listening to his podcast today. His podcast is pretty interesting.
It is.
Did you see this most recent episode?
Mm-mm.
Here's a plug for you. Podcast Spycraft 101, right? Justin was on with us. Very interesting guest. Lots of cool stuff from his books that we talked about. He did an episode called, I'm trying to pull it up here, Spycraft 101, the most recent one called Nuking the Moon with a guy named Vince Houghton. And his guest is a dude who works for the NSA, but like in almost like a public relations role. He runs like an espionage museum, really like the NSA's own museum. And he previously ran the Spy Museum before he moved over to do the NSA kind of museum. And this book he wrote about, this book called Nuking the Moon, is about covert projects from mostly World War II and Cold War timeframes that had legs and for one reason or another never happened, but they're crazy stories.
Dude, there were some fucked up ideas. I don't know if it was the meth or the coke or what. Good Lord, there were some fucking crazy ideas.
Check that out. It's episode 130 of Justin's show, Nuking the Moon. I listened to it today. It was very good. Yeah. Yeah. Good guest and absolutely wild descriptions of some of these projects. Like there was these mines that they were going to put in the ground to stop the advance, or in case they needed to stop the advance of, it wasn't Nazi Germany. Maybe it was they were afraid of Russia expanding and moving into the Western.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, the nuke landmines.
Yeah. And they had electronics that ran the landmine, but the electronics couldn't get too cold. So the proposal was they would put chickens inside and the chickens would emit enough heat to keep the electronics warm. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just absolutely goofy. So yeah, definitely check that out. Episode 130. It's really fun. Sorry.
That's crazy.
That's us advertising for Justin's show, but it was a very curious one. But yeah, we did some good episodes this past year. Not as many interviews. I think we got a few interviews, real cool ones. Hopefully we can get to this year. Ones we've been talking about for a while. We just got to make them happen. So,
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Did you give your what episode you liked?
No, the oddities. I thought the military knives was real fun too, though.
Military knives was a good one too. Yep, good call.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to get Les to come back. We talked about doing that. Have Les come back and do a military or dagger episode with us. That'd be a good time. All right, 2023 overall. Wrap it up last year. Tom's going to flex on us with his story of his cool adventure he went on.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah. Let it happen.
Does that count as 2023, Tom?
I don't know.
I don't think
It does
so.
not. You're going to have to wait another year. Suck it.
You can tell us
Damn.
now. You can tell us now. You booked it in 23. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I've wanted to do some forging classes for a long time. I don't forge. I have a forge. I've never lit it. And really wanted to go do something with Jason Knight. He's doing classes now. That's kind of one of his main gigs. And so I booked two spots. Tried to get Lucas Burnley to go with, and he had other stuff and wasn't able to make it. But Ben and I went this last week and drove to Bristol, Tennessee. You would think that wouldn't be too far since Arkansas and Tennessee like share a border. It's a long ass way out there. It's like 13 hours.
Crazy.
It's all the way across Arkansas, and you got to go down and then up. So it's like a V in Arkansas, and then it's like northeast of Asheville, North Carolina, because that tip of Tennessee just keeps going all the way out to Virginia. But we had a blast. We signed up for the Brute de Forge machete class, and another friend, Josh Cody went. And then we met two guys that were taking the class. Had a great time. Learned a ton. Made a couple really cool pieces. And just got to hang out with Jason Knight in a shop. I would highly recommend it. Another reason I wanted to go was seeing how the school side of it ran, and that was very interesting. I'm still, that's kind of, we'll touch on that later. That's part of what I'm wanting to do in the future. But had a great
the
time.
real deal. Was a scouting mission.
Well, it was, and I talked to Jason quite a bit about it, and I wanted to learn to forge. I wanted to see the school experience, and it was fun. Highly recommend it. Then coming back, I had bought a grinder from Les George, a Dozier grinder, maybe. That's at least 2 years ago, maybe more, because he needed the room in the shop, and he's sold it and still had it in the shop. But anyways, we dropped down to his place from Jason's, and so that added a couple hours, but we picked up the grinder and then came home and ended up driving like 350 miles in basically a blizzard conditions, but made it home safe. And the grinder, we unloaded it Sunday night, and I had it grinding yesterday. So yeah, it's really sweet.
I probably misunderstood what you just said. Did you say you bought a grinder from Les 2 years ago and you just picked it up?
Yeah. He doesn't live close. I tried to get him to ship it a couple times, and he didn't really want to ship it. So the times that I go by there are like Blade Show, and they're at Blade Show before I was, and we came home before they did. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's been sitting there for a couple years, and we needed it. Ben has decided he wants to grind on a 14-inch wheel like I do, and so basically we have one grinder out of the 5 or 6 that are in the shop that would use a 14-inch wheel. And so I had that grinder there, and I was like, we got to go pick it up, because invariably when I need to use the 14-inch wheel, Ben's using it, or vice versa. So now we can both stand there and grind and get our grind on.
Nice.
It's pretty nice having another dozer grinder. They grind so smooth. They track well, and just, yeah, it's nice.
Awesome.
Very
All right.
cool.
So yeah, that was my fun times.
Big adventure. We like it. Grinder twinsies with Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little crowded. I moved some stuff around, and I just kind of shoehorned it in. So I got 3 dozer grinders in a row, and it seems to be working. We worked pretty well today. So
Yeah.
I
Nice. What about you other guys? Looking back, good year?
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, I didn't do anything out of the ordinary, really. It wasn't like some kind of big fireworks and all kinds of new shit here, but it wasn't a total fucking shit show either, so.
Yep. Not all bad.
Not
Any
all-
year you make it through is a good one.
Yeah, I'm this side of the dirt. We ended up getting a dog, so.
Ah.
I saw that,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. It's a good looking dog.
Dude, we're working on her. The pictures, like, dude, man, I'm okay. Full story for the folks who are listening who maybe don't know, who haven't seen me put up pictures. But about 2 days, maybe 3 days after Christmas, somebody dropped off a female pit bull with 6 puppies at the wide spot in the road below our house. And we ended up keeping the mama dog, and the 6 puppies are already in foster and just about ready to be adopted out now. But we kept her, and she's getting along great with the cats. She's super smart. She's super chill. She's got some health stuff that we're dealing with. She's got Lyme disease. We're working through that. We're giving her antibiotics and hoping that, you know, she didn't have it for too long and that the antibiotics will get it out of her system and she'll be okay. And just trying to get her healthy. She was malnourished, and I don't know if she was just ate up with, I don't know if she had been attacked and she has scars on the back of her neck from being attacked, or if these are scars from just being completely infested with ticks and fleas.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, man.
but she's
I keep
putting
wondering.
on weight. She loves it here, so.
Yeah, I bet.
Good for you guys.
You kind of wonder what's wrong with people sometimes.
Yeah.
A fucking shitload, man.
Dude,
True.
I mean, she's a great dog. She's so smart. She's super sweet, really chill. I mean, you know how a lot of pit bulls can be super, super high energy. Well, she's got energy, but when she's in the house, she's just so relaxed. She plays when it's time to
Good.
play. And now part of it we're thinking, you know, how much of it's the Lyme disease. And also we had to worm her. She had worms just so fucking bad. And
Most of those dogs that I've had, they're either stop or go. You know, they're
no
either-
in between.
yeah, there's no in between. They're stop or go. So they're happy to curl up on the couch and sleep. Then they go outside and they want to, you know, tap dance and catch balls and run like crazy. I love them. It made me happy when I saw that you were keeping it. Keeping
Oh,
her.
yeah, man, we just really took to her. And our cat, dude, it's weird. The cats, if it had been a cat, we would still be fucking dealing with them all acting like shitheads and not wanting to be around each other and just being total dick faces about somebody new in the house. They adjusted to the dog in 48 hours.
That's cool.
As soon as they figured out, like, okay, this bitch is chill. It's cool. She's not going to fuck with their groove. That was it. They don't even fucking pay attention to her now.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I mean, that was a pretty cool way to end out the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Agree.
New family member. Gotta like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little Miss
Looking
Lulu.
back, I think 2023 was challenging, but I think we all made it through. So I think that's a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Challenging is a good way to put it.
What about you, Michael?
I don't know. It was one of those where I felt like I was trying to catch my breath all year.
Yeah.
It was very strange. Felt like I couldn't keep up. I don't know. Very fucking crazy. Went fast. I don't know. You know, I felt like I did more shows than I did. You know, looking back, only doing 3. It's like, that's not much. But goddamn, it sure seemed like I was going all the time.
Yeah.
I think having kids the age yours are, I think you just feel that way, period. A lot of the time, because you're just taking them here and there, and they've got so much activities, and it's good, but yeah, it's like you almost lose track of yourself a little bit.
Oh, for sure. So, I don't know. It was just kind of there. Nothing really special. Nothing really whatever. Just like I said, felt like I was just trying to keep up, keep your head above water.
I think that's most of us this last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Busy year. Lots going on. You seemed a little out of sorts, Michael,
Me?
in some of our conversations. Yeah. Certainly in the second half of the year, it felt like.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know, just a lot of weird shit, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just catching up with me at the end of the year, going into this year.
Yep.
So drop some of the shit that's not important and stick with the stuff that is.
There you go. That's the recipe if you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's talk 2024 because we got to do that here before this thing wraps up. What shows for 2024? What's your plan? Tom, you mentioned Blade, Texas. What else you got?
Yeah, I'm doing the same 4 this year. Blade, Texas, Blade, Atlanta, USN, and Kentucky.
Okay. All right. And Michael, you said you're going to be on your European adventure, so you're not be able to be in Portland.
No. So I got arts and metal. Mainly just want to take the kids to New York City, go to the Met. And arts and metal is pretty awesome. Then the Noki, the New Orleans show.
Yeah.
Then probably just going to go, I don't know if I'm going to get a table for Blade or try to get a table for Blade or just hang out. And then Friday night Blade Affair. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
As far as I know. But, I mean, shit, by the time you get done with one, you're getting ready for the next one. And then the end of the year is here. And we're talking about how the year went.
Yeah, right. It's season 7 wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Sean? Just that out west show? Northwest show?
Yep, just the PNWC. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a wild hair at my ass and show up to hang out at a show, but who knows?
Right.
Yeah. That's the fun. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point in my life, yeah, that's what I would prefer to do. I can sell knives just fine here at home.
What about knife making stuff for 2024? You guys plan to do stuff different? Pretty much the same kind of thing? Continue to expand some of your capabilities? What's on your list for this year?
Me, I've got to make some changes. I have got to figure out what direction I want to go in. I really, really dig doing the funky, crazy pieces, but good Lord, they take a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort. Sometimes it doesn't always pay out. And it's like, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. It's kind of crazy. Hoping that it does well or, doesn't or whatever. So it's kind of like, I got to figure out if I want to keep doing it. Cause that's what I really enjoy. I want to do new things. I want to do exciting things, but sometimes you're like, well, shit, I could have made 4 or 5 quote unquote regular knives by the time I finished that one knife that doesn't always make sense. So I've got to figure out where I'm going to head with that stuff. And it's kind of put my head down and see where I end up.
Yeah.
So Meantime, design new knives and go from there.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're trying to straddle that line between art and tactical. And, I don't know, if you dive head first into that, it seems like the customers may be different than what you have, but if that makes sense,
Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of hit it really hard last year, and some were great successes. Some were just kind of like, take it or leave it. So it's hard to figure out because you really start narrowing down what people like. If it's not just, a known material with a known blade, and you're saying, oh, you like Little Mother of Pearl, or you like this type of knife with that sort of look, then here you go for a bunch of money. So it really gets hard to get that customer that wants just that piece.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know you don't need my advice, but I don't know what to say. I mean, I always think you should follow your whimsy, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But,
a lot of whimsy, man.
We got to make a living too. So it's like,
100%.
I did love seeing the earrings come out of that inlay project. That seemed like a really cool side project, following your whimsy, and they seemed really well taken.
Yeah, they actually did pretty well, and it's for being little pains in the asses, and I plan on doing some more of those and doing some kind of interesting things like that because, once again, lots of whimsies. But I don't know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but that's the shit that makes me happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy seeing you do that because I felt like you had joy in that project, if that makes sense, Harper was involved, and
yes,
I liked it.
The whole reason.
It was, you tied family into what you're doing, and I just really like that.
I appreciate that. She wears hers quite a bit.
I would guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of badass that your dad made this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, I'm with Tom. I enjoyed watching you do that.
Anytime you can follow your whimsy, I think it's a good thing. I feel like your customers can feel that, and especially if you can show some of the work in progress and kind of draw them into it. I think, I know you're saying you don't like that, but your customers do.
What's that? Don't like the
showing the
Oh, no, I
process.
absolutely like showing process. I just can't add the weird stuff to it.
Oh, yeah.
The manufactured type of oddness.
Yeah, I feel like what you show, especially during that, was very honest, and I don't wear earrings. My wife doesn't. And I was like, shit, I want to buy some of these. So, I mean, it worked. I almost got my ears pierced, apparently.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I made that belly button ring.
There you go.
So, yeah, I love that. I would like to see more of that in this next year.
There's hopefully going to be some weird stuff coming, some strange stuff. Like you, I've gotten do more fusion, more of that. It's a different level. It's a weird level of CAD CAM that I feel like I'm finally getting over the hump on.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me.
Fucking forever.
I am doing the classes at night though, so
that's awesome, man.
I got to learn this.
Let's talk about that.
It sucks.
About Tom getting nipple piercing so he can use the earrings, or the class?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
All of the above.
Let's talk about the class.
Okay.
No, the class is actually pretty good. I mean, it's been kind of busy, so I'm only like 4 or 5 lessons in, but I've actually got Fusion. I got my new laptop in. I got Fusion downloaded on it, and I can access my account, and I'm almost ready to start trying some drawing stuff. But yeah, Daniel that was working for me, he went part-time, and then he's going part-time, which means I don't know what, but it seems like I'm going to have to figure this shit out much faster than I anticipated.
The good thing is there's a big support system with Fusion. There's a lot of people that use it. What little I know, you're welcome to it. So
thanks. This class that I'm taking that TJ Schwartz is doing is, I think it's money well spent. So I guess just I'm going to take it a day at a time and try to figure out how to, I can load and run the machine now, but I got to learn how to actually operate it and actually how to do the Fusion, CAD and CAM and all that. So
one thing being knife specific is fantastic. I've watched a ton of videos starting out early and trying to be like, oh, here's a Voss or whatever. It's like, I don't need to know how to revolve a fucking whatever. I need to know how to contour on a specific 3 different lines and an asymmetric design. It's funky.
Yeah, it's a process, and I'm gonna have to do it. And so, yeah, that's part of my goal for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a machine that you paid off that you can't run.
Yeah.
I can run it.
The good thing is you're not hindered with like other bullshit knowledge, like other CAD. So you don't have anything like you have to unlearn, I guess, which will be good. It'll be good for you.
Helpful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were using Rhino for a while, and we switched over to Fusion and haven't looked back. Yeah.
Awesome, man. What else you got planned for the year? What else is 2024 looking like for old Tom?
So more of the same. For last year, I didn't do very many fixed blades at all. This year, I've started working a few back in. I have a lot of them in progress, and it's like I might as well start finishing 1 or 2 out here or there. And it seems like there's a little demand, so I'm bringing back a little bit of that. One of the main things is I'm hoping to move forward with the school. We basically have bought another facility that's right next to ours. I decided I didn't really want to just bring random people into my personal space, I think that's a good thing. So we have that facility, and I need to get an architect to help me design what I have in my mind. I'm wanting to put bunk rooms, basically a small apartment for the instructors that come, because I don't want to be the only teacher teaching at this school. I want to have people come and want to come and teach classes here. So the goal is to have where you don't have to, it's expensive. And if you don't have to spend $700 for a hotel, and there's food available and stuff like that, it makes it much more feasible.
Yeah.
You don't have to rent a car. We'll pick you up, and, Gentry is not that big of a place. So I don't know. I'm really wanting to move forward on this, especially after taking this class. It made me much more inspired to get it going. And, as I get older, I feel like this is something that I can slow down in the shop and still, make what I need to live, and actually build something that might be worth something for my family when I'm gone or can no longer work,
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my thought process right now.
Getting old when your job is working with your hands is kind of scary sometimes.
Well, yeah.
And it does make you contemplate a lot of things when you start getting a little weary.
Well, and getting hurt or whatever, it's like, I hit my arm on the handle on the vise on my mill. I just was walking by and wasn't paying attention and smashed my elbow into that wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And it jacked up a tendon, it inflamed it. And now I've got tendonitis or tennis elbow or some kind of crap going on there where my grip anytime I grip hard, it hurts, or try to pick anything up and it just aches. And it's like been going on for 3 or 4 weeks, ain't getting better. And basically I read up on it, and for it to get better, I got to stop. And I'm like, apparently I'm going to have this for the rest of my life, because I got no time to stop.
Right.
And, you start worrying about getting hurt if I get injured, or as my vision starts to go, I didn't have to wear glasses until my mid 40s, and, it's kind of stabilized now, but I've got friends that are older knife makers and their vision is going again. And it's like, your vision goes, you can't work. I mean, that's just how it is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can, what's that?
Yeah. And I think that's like when some people will be like, why are you doing something, trying to do like more production stuff or whatever? It's because of that. It's a little bit of safety net.
Yeah, we've got limited miles, so I'm past 100,000. You know what I'm saying? So,
did you offer Jason could come to your class, your school? And he said, no, He said, no, bro, I'm good. But here's how you need to run your school. He
said he'd come out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. My vision and plan is that teachers, knife makers can come out and use the facility. They make money, the facility makes money, and they get to have this experience with their students. And, I think it would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, seems good.
So
everybody wins, they say.
Heck yeah.
What are we looking forward to in 2024? What's we got some cool podcast stuff still. I think we actually have a mic with Michael Walker.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's cool.
We got to get that lined up. Got to get it set up and lined up. So we'll do that. That'll be fun. I think maybe we have a couple of our previous folks come back and join us. So I'm looking forward to doing some of that. That'll be cool.
Yes.
What about you guys?
I want to know what Sean's got going on for 2024.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm not sure yet. I'd like to go to visit, either Michael or Tom in their shop and work with them, see if I can't add some chops from them. And
we're only about an hour and a half apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty easy to hit both of them.
Yeah.
We might be able to work
take
the
forging class like we talked about.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
You talked about coming and hanging out, just jacking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dicking around, which sounds like pretty fucking great to me at this point.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
No. Let's see. Man, later in the year, I might take a welding class. I'm not sure yet. It would cut one more day off of my regular work week, and I don't know if I want to do that. But there's part of me that really wants to learn how to weld and possibly get my welding certs, because I can do it. I mean, where I teach at the school, it doesn't cost me anything, and why not? I feel like I'm kind of leaving something on the table if I don't take advantage of that.
That would be cool. I want to learn TIG welding so badly. I don't need to be certified. I just want to learn for, reasons.
Yeah, well, man, I've actually got the welding instructor in my class this semester. And
do it.
Him and I get along anyway. And he's like, man, you could stop in any day and I'll teach you about welding if you just want to learn how to down and dirty weld. That's no thing. So, finding time to take him up on that and deciding, well, do I just want to do it that way, or do I actually want to take the classes and get the accreditation? I got to make up my mind on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then just, try to get better as a knife maker, try to continue to grow and evolve, learning what I can and can't do with the new grinder I got. I'm still, farting around with it, poking in the dark, just enjoying having fun with a new tool,
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully get this new surface grinder set up and do a couple fixed blades at least. That would be pretty great.
Yeah, man.
Are you finding the new grinder grinds better?
Once I get the hang of it, yeah. I've got to make a box or something to stand on.
They're
It's
fucking tall, man.
Yeah, it's like 8 to 10 inches higher than what I've been grinding on for the past fucking 25 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to have it at the same height, period.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. I would highly recommend one of the Burr King adjustable height stands.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
They're
cheap,
like
though.
$500 or $600.
well, that ain't
Bolt them down to the floor, and it's perfect. They're really solid. They move up and down really smooth. Super easy to adjust. Especially if you got different height people in the shop, or they're nice because you can clean around them. They're pedestal. I would recommend checking them out.
That's a big can do.
True
thank you
Grit
for
has
the
them.
info.
If you buy belts from True Grit.
Well, I'm not going to hold us up, but
No, we can wait while you Google. It's fun.
I'll find it for you.
thank you.
A lot of Googling going on around here.
There you go.
That's about the extent of what I've got on my plate.
Yeah.
I just sent the link,
Thank you.
Plenty.
and they'll drop ship it right to you. But that adjustable one is super, super good. Just talk to them, tell them what grinder you have, and they'll tell you which one you need. And I think we had to make a 1/4 inch plate to go between the pedestal and our actual grinder.
Adapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems easy, especially for a machining genius like Sean Kendrick.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Yeah,
let
he's
my
got-
work study do it. Ha ha.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we just knocked it down into the concrete, the concrete bolts or whatever. Drilled it out.
Nice.
Because grinding, so it's weird. Ben grinds about 4 or 5 inches higher than me. And if he's got the grinder on and I try to grind, it is not good.
Yeah.
I have to adjust it down. It's kind of crazy what a difference it makes.
Ergonomics, they call it, Tom.
I know.
Okay. I think that's about it, right? You guys got anything else you want to talk about with this season 7 kickoff, season 6 wrap up, whatever we're doing with this thing?
No, I think that's good.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Sean, we miss anything with you?
Man, not that I know of.
All right. Well, thanks again to all of our friends at American Metal Exchange and at Giant Mouse and Tergiola.net and all of our folks that support us on Patreon. Thank you a bunch. Tom is going to have mugs available for you any minute now. So sometime really, really soon, we're going to have those mugs ready. We don't really actually have very many of them. I think we have 4 styles, but not that many of each. So they're going to go quick. So we just got to get that together, and we'll get that information to you as soon as we can.
And I had Ben take pictures of them. I just got to email them to myself and set them up. And it's been a crazy
In the store. Yeah. So our friends on Patreon, there's some folks in there who are going to get early access to that stuff. So we'll get you guys a super special link to be able to get what you need out of there. And then whatever's left, we will make available out to the general listenership. So more to come on mugs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then one thing we did want to mention, a dear friend of ours, Grace Horn, who has joined us here on the show a couple times, actually. Super sweet lady, very, very talented. She recently lost her husband, who'd been struggling with some medical stuff. And so all of our condolences and love out to Grace Horn and her family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care, you guys.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
I think so.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine on the web at crineknives.net, in his Facebook group, Crine Knives, or in his Instagram account, @CrineKnives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram at birchtreeblades. For myself and the Raygun Bead Project, we're on the web at raygundivision.com. We have a Facebook group called Raygun Division, or my personal Instagram at msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or some discussion about the show itself, you can find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram at Mark of the Maker. Last but not least, the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. Thanks for listening.